Oh no, feels like almost Foden Beat in real life. And if you're wondering what Foden Beat is, that's the two-headed announcer from the Phantom Menace in this game. And looks like the timer has started. Lightning Pirate is on his way. And restart. So he's going at it again. Probably stands best chance of hitting. Oh! Looks like Beleos is going to be using Bullseye.
Yeah, slightly more modest pick. I think generally, what we say with Bullseye is considered a little bit more easy to control, but I don't know, it might be a little bit of a red herring there. Yeah, don't know too much about Beleos.
Yeah.
I know a little bit about Lightning Pirate because he obviously played in the tournament last year. And actually, just before the match, I was having a bit of a look at his results. And he only played Beleos once, and he got a 248 with Ben. And when we look at the current standings, there's quite a lot of times under 248, but obviously he only had one attempt with that. So it'll be interesting to see hopefully where he comes out with that one.
Yeah, because he was kind of in the middle of the pack last year, but I have no idea for this year, because he probably has honed since then. So, yeah.
I see he's opting for the longer line as well, so he's not using the tent for this second and third lap.
Yeah. Tent isn't really that much faster on Beleos Wild Ride, fully upgraded, compared to Howard Gold and Adobe Mountain Run, where it's a really significant shortcut on those two tracks. And Lightning Pirate with a crash.
Yeah, a little bit unfortunate. I mean, obviously you want to be quite aggressive with qualifying, because it's all about getting a fastest time possible, and that there is a very nasty section of the track, which when you just at the wrong angle, the pod just bottoms out, and more often than not it ends up killing you. So it's quite a dangerous track, this one. I mean, I think had I remade the game and decided where I'd put the tracks, I think it probably belongs somewhere at least in the semi-pro circuits, if not the Galactic. I think it's a pretty difficult track.
Yeah, I feel the same way about Vengeance on the amateur circuit, which won't be still the main tournament probably. Because
yeah, Vengeance definitely as well. Yeah, I think probably Galactic, something like that.
Yeah.
Were to order them in difficulty. I think Abyss and Bunter Classic, they definitely belong with the most difficult tracks, which are obviously going to be featured later on today in the match.
Yeah, Bunter Classic, Abyss are among the toughest tracks. The only tracks that I would say are on that caliber of toughness are Gravine Gateway and Fire Mountain Rally.
Yeah, definitely difficult tracks, requires a lot of skill, and very, very challenging in all aspects, really. We have tight corners, braking. We've got...
Oh, Beleos is going into the scenic route cave.
Yeah, this is different. We don't see this so often, so it's nice to see a different route, actually. I think he's quite a new player as well, so... but it looks like...
Okay, 356. Fairly close to the DNF penalty time of 4:30 on this track.
3:56.711. Well, it's funny because I asked Ace not long before this match about what happens if someone actually gets a time that's below that.
Uh-oh. Yeah. One thing I've noted about Bullseye here is that really agile, but also really fragile. And despite that, he's pretty much the safest bet for every track fully upgraded.
Yeah, the thing is, though, what I would say with Bullseye's pod is that, in a way, he's actually more difficult because he's extremely responsive, and that can throw you off if you're not used to the pods, because you end up just snaking down.
Oh, LightningPirate just got a 243.47.
Oh, excellent time for LightningPirate.
Really excellent time. I think that's actually fourth after you, King Bean Dip, and Ace.
I'll just have a look now. I can tell you. Metallica did a 242, so
he's fifth.
Very unfortunate because Enfro actually did a 243.417.
Oh,
so
that's really close.
Yeah, 700ths of a second. That's rather an unfortunate positioning. So he could really do with just saving just a tiny bit more time.
Yeah, and I know he stands probably the best chance of all the remaining runners at hitting the 4th seed. I think after this match, it might have the 4th seed already set. .75, certainly not a bad time. And this track was...
No.
To talk about how difficult this track was, I mean, both Mike and I came in at like about 2008, and the record holder at that time before us was a guy named Wooter Jansen, and his Beleos Wild Ride record was one of the last I beat.
Yeah, I remember. Actually, funny enough, I was looking at some of his times from fairly recently, and it really does show how this game has come on in the last few years. And I think with these, with more players, it's great we have more players now involved in this game.
Yeah, definitely. For the longest of time, we were first and second for most tracks.
So 55 for Lightning.
Yep. Ooh! That ice field can be a killer.
Yeah, very difficult section. Very easy just to lose complete control there.
Fairly easy to do it with Bullseye because fully upgraded, sure he's the most agile, but he can be agile to the point of being really darty if you don't know how to use them.
Yeah.
And let's see, he's certainly going to be crushing his previous time. Oh! What a heartbreaker. Crashing right at the end. And a 333.49. And a 243.433 from LightningPirate, so that puts him ahead of Enfro.
Yeah, he's just by a 10th of a second.
Yeah.
A 10th of a second is enough.
Yeah, 10th of a second's enough.
And he's doing a pretty good job, actually. He's not underheating. He's clearly done some preparation for this track, it seems.
Yeah. We're wondering what underheating is in this game. It refers to when and be able to boost, but not, and so you're at 0 heat and not going anywhere. Wow, I was a little surprised that Beleos held the boost all the way through that.
Yeah, it was pretty good, actually. Yeah.
Okay.
So get another 55 first lap.
Which is honestly not... Oh man. This is not actually... Oh! Commentator's curse almost. I was about to say he was doing good with Bullseye and then crashed.
Yeah, it's at the same point, and obviously when you catch the wall with the boost, it kind of throws you off because obviously you have the rebound off the wall, and then the loss of speed while you're cornering means that the pod pulls in the opposite direction to the corner, so you're more likely to hit the other side of the track then, which is what he's done.
So it's much easier to do with Bullseye because he's a lot easier to blow up than Ben. Okay, Lightning Pirate is clearly doing a run. And you can see on the final lap, I don't think he's quite on pace to match what he did just previously.
No, I was about to say it doesn't look quite as good actually.
Yeah.
He might underheat a little bit here because he's got the jump. Okay, he's made that up a little bit.
Yeah. Oh, crashing into the tent. That's really easy to do with any pod. Goes. What the heck? He actually beat it. That was an insanely fast final lap. I think he got 2:43 flat.
Yeah, very good. Very good. Yes, it was 2:43.
Yeah, I thought at first he would match it, and then he pulled off a really stellar final lap.
So puts him in 5th place right now. If he can just save another 1/10 of a second, he will rank
4th.
ahead. Yeah. So there's a lot of players with...
Oh, he's in a... Oh, I thought he was going to crash into the wall with that angle. He saved himself pretty good. Here he goes. Oh! Lipped into one of the slalom arches. Oh. Yeah. And he gets a 2:30.
Progress.
Yeah, certainly major progress. 30. Oh! Lightning Pirate forced onto the slightly slower, and he's restarting. He knows. So if they continue with both of this run, they will be on their last attempt. Oh, crashing early. Oh, that feeling. I know for the longest of time I could only use Bullseye for the longest of time on aim.
Yeah, with qualifying, definitely it's very much kind of go with your gut and just try and decide if you think that you're on pace to beat your time, because obviously you don't want to waste time finishing attempts that you're not going to succeed with.
Yeah.
Oh, and by the way, we will try and keep watch on for any questions on the Twitch chat as well.
Okay. Okay, we hit the 1 minute mark. That means either one can restart their runs now.
Yep, so it's all or nothing.
All or nothing. Looks like Lightning Pirate's gonna go for it.
Yeah, Beleos seems to be crashing quite a lot.
Oh! Up! He can't do that! It's out. Start at the bitter end.
Yeah, so his time has already been completed, so we just won't count any further times he does.
Yeah, we can't.
Beleos' time is a 3:30.446.
Yeah. Yeah, so... Yep. So...
The players can complete the lap that they're on, and that was a pretty brave effort there from Lightning.
Very interesting angle. He's going out, exiting the ice field onto the texture kill spots.
Yeah, I think he just wants to boost over that horrible section.
Yeah.
So.
Oh man, this is gonna be interesting.
Yeah, I didn't see his first 2 laps, so I'm not sure what sort of pace he's on it, but it looks pretty close.
Yeah, 40, 41, 42, 42.81. I think he just beat Metallica by 1/10 of a second.
I believe he has, yes. 2:42.80. 8:14.
That is a 1/10 of a second faster than Metallica, so he's now in 4th.
Talk about close to the wire.
Yeah, and on his last run of the track. And so we got 40. Yeah, 42. I think we need to tell
Yes.
Beleos he needs to quit because this time will not be counted no matter if he does good or not.
Must remember to add up the times as we go along as well, so that we.
Yeah, they're already punched. They're already punched in. So, LightningPirate is now 4th.
Yeah.
Next track is going to be Sunken City, which is favorite track for Bullseye Noir, and that's the only reason to run it. To unlock it.
Yes, King Bean. Yes, he did.
It restarted at the last minute.
His this time won't count for him, no. So his final time was a 3:30.446.
Okay. Okay, I think Beleos is now realizing it and is exiting, and we're going to go on to Sunken City. Probably I would consider the blandest track in the game because it shares everything with the other 2 tracks in Aqualaris Classic and Bumpy's Breakers.
Yeah, so we obviously got the Aqualaris section, the infamous Bumpy's Breakers shortcut, and the stadium section as well. So yeah, it's just a mash of tracks basically, this one.
A countdown has been given, and it looks like Beleos is gonna go at it with Bullseye, the track favorite.
Yeah, I imagine that he's just practiced with this one pod, so he probably feels more comfortable with that.
I don't blame him. I was like that for the longest of time in this game.
Yeah, I mean, obviously he does have some advantages, like he has the best cornering of any pod, so you can maneuver through tight spaces without having to brake or things like that.
Booster is not that bad either. It's really good.
Yeah, he has quite a high boost thrust. His weakness is his short boost duration. If he had a longer boost, he'd be much better.
And he's extremely fragile.
And he's extremely fragile.
I mean, we call him in the Discord page Glass Bones.
It's a relatively straightforward track, although deceptively difficult because you have to be very precise.
Definitely. Particularly, and these valve gates that they're both entering now have a very distinctive pattern to it. In both cases wide open on this lap. Oh, and here we go. This is the hard part. And Lightning Pirate fails it, and that's interesting. Lightning Pirate understeered, and Beleos oversteered into that shortcut.
Yeah, so if he'd have gone with Ben, he would have got through perfect.
Yeah, but Ben is one of the stiffest spots too. Oh, that's interesting, going on top of the ramp.
Yeah, I didn't expect that. I think the engine fire could not have been.
Yeah, I don't know either. Who knows? This time Lightning Pirate makes it. Ooh, that was almost a death for Beleos. Here, this is the final, and here we go, the final figure 8. Very hard to do with a stiff turning pod. And there's Bullseye's fragility at work. 147. Not so sure if that's a good time with Bullseye or not, because it's so much slower than Ben on the track. Oh, and he's gaining... Oh, a low 122 for Lightning Pirate.
Yeah, pretty strong start there for Lightning. So I imagine probably... I imagine he could probably make, say, a 406, something like that.
Yeah, it just depends on how these next 2 laps go, because here he goes. He recognizes the 2 pattern to boost right through them fairly easily. Almost maxing out heat. I was gonna go through it. Oh! Clipped on the tunnel wall!
Yeah, Lightning Pirate has played Sunken City. He played it once last year against Gale, and he got a 425 there with Ben.
I'm not so sure what to expect from him this year, since he's had a full year to hone from then.
Yeah, definitely. It'll be very interesting to see just how much all the players have progressed, really.
Yeah, because... Yeah, he's the... And the only other veteran still left to do a run in the tournament is Angius, which played with such a super wonky controller that a lot of people had pity for it and cannon fodder feelings.
Yeah, I'm not sure about his choice of controller.
Here it goes.
Enfro made a 406.56.
See
how this lap goes.
It's got a 122.46. Yeah, the other laps pan out.
Yeah, Zalaskalar did a 408.2. And Kingling Dip did a 403.4.
Yeah.
So I imagine probably he'll end up somewhere around about there.
Oh, he took a balk and wasn't able to hold the boost. Let's see if he makes a compensating boost goes through here.
It was a very interesting route that he decided to use there, actually. It's quite good recovery strat there.
Definitely.
I mean, it's very easy to crash. I think most players would have just crashed there in that position.
Definitely. Oops. Here we go. I was watching the Twitch stream, everybody. Oops. Not that far off. Hey.
See what second lap time Lightning Pirate gets here, which gives us a clue to what pace
It's
he's
a
on.
122.06. So he's on pace for a 406 if he gets another 122.
Yeah, this is going to be pretty close to Enfro's time.
Yeah.
Now, he's beaten Enfro's time at Beleos,
Yeah.
so he's looking to place ahead of Enfro for the moment.
Oh, that was an interesting luck and save by Beleos there with that shortcut.
Yeah, that's he did the same thing on the first lap, actually.
This is going to be interesting to see Lightning Pirates into the final.
Yeah, I believe he's looked clean so far. I haven't seen any real issues, so I think this will be pretty close.
Yeah, it's going to be close. Goes 4, 2, 3, 4, 5, 406.8599. Very, very close. He's going to try again. I think he knows that he can taste it.
I didn't catch his exact time there.
406.599.
599. So just like Beleos, he's just outside of Enfro's time again, but obviously he still has a lot of time to make some progress here.
12.5 minutes to do it. Ooh. Yeah, that part where Beleos crashed has killed me a few times unexpectedly.
That seemed quite a strange place to crash, actually.
Yeah. Sometimes what happens is that you sometimes hit the wrong angle and you crash into like the tram. Okay.
Has Beleos completed?
Oh! Got a rotten angle and crashed.
That was a little bit unfortunate. Yeah, that was. Has Beleos completed a 3-lap time yet?
I think. But now he's going into it. What he gets. On. Let's see what happens. We're gonna get 512, something like that. Yep, a 512. 512.276. And crashes in one of the kill textures of that tube. Oh, crashes into one of the gates. That's usually that happen on a first lap because they're. Oh. Once again, takes that threading the needle approach. Oh. Lightning Pirate's now on really good pace. On really solid pace now. Gonna get a 120. Oh! Hit the same spot that killed him in his last attempt.
Yeah, you have to be very precise with the line there if you're going to boost early out of that section.
Yeah. It's hard to do with Ben because he turns so stiffly. $144. Wow! Amazed Beleos survived that with bullseye.
So the current standings are Beleos' total time is a 8:42.722, and Lightning's currently on 6 minutes 49.413. I'm sure if my maths incorrect, someone will tell me.
And King Bean Dip just sent me a message that Beleos doesn't have all the tracks and racers unlocked, so you need to tell him a little cheat code, the little trick cheat code to get him in.
I see. So he's not playing by choice then. It's odd.
Oh! Oh!
It was a little bit rough, that.
Yeah. Also taking the one to the right, which is slightly slower than taking it to the left.
Yeah, LightningPirate, I should probably mention, was ranked 5th last year, along with Nectarn, who is in the final qualifying group, which will be in the next few days, I believe.
Yeah. We have two more. We have two more. Okay, we final. Here's LightningPirate again. Let's hope not a 3 strikes out. Yep, and he got 123. Oh, he has his work cut out for it for the next 2 laps.
Yeah, he's a little bit behind here. Almost worth considering just trying another attempt.
Let's see what he gets. Okay. 521. That's about 10 seconds slower than what he did previously. Ooh. Crashing in that tilt texture spot. Go. 141, 142. Oh, 121.57. He's now on pace again.
What was his first lap time? Do you remember?
Got a 123 and then he just came in with a 121.5.
Yeah, this should be pretty interesting. He's going to have to push hard, though, if he wants to make up the time, I think, in this last lap.
Yeah, he did a good catch-up lap. Now let's just see if he can do it on the third.
He's going to...
Oh, and he doesn't! But now we know he's capable of hitting 121, so...
Yeah, I mean, how you time your boosts can have an influence on what your lap times are, so that's something else to take note of.
Yeah, and the boost patterns vary by pod and upgrade level, so learning how to use the boost patterns is the most critical way to gain the fastest times in the game.
Yeah, especially on these sorts of tracks, and a bit unfortunate that he caught the ramp there on the first lap. That's going to cost him a bit of time. We're just over 3 minutes left.
3 minutes left.
Well, it's two minutes really, isn't it? Because it's 2 minutes of attempts.
2 minutes of restarting. Oh, crashing on the gate. Oh, let's see what he does here. Okay. Light
a bit
off
unlucky.
throttle. Getting a 122.61. See what he does on the next 2 laps.
Yeah, it's definitely a deceptively difficult track, this one, just because it has such narrow sections, you know, joined together with long straights.
And the shortcut that you have to do is this real sharp hairpin, like a 90-degree or more turn.
Yeah, only one line will do there. The characteristic front right damage there, showing on LightningPirate's engines. You don't even need to know which track it is, you just need to see that, you know which track it is.
Waited for so long, you know the damage patterns. Oh, 122.25. Okay. And
Yeah.
now they're on their final attempts now. No restarting.
I've got a feeling he's on pace, but he's got to keep this up.
Yeah. Oh! Held it all the way through. Here we go. The final. This is the hardest part. Oh! Into the warning. Manages to do a quick repair. Can't really afford.
I'm not sure it's going to be enough, because that damage is quite heavy, and it means that the steering will now be impaired on the left.
He repaired it down to yellow.
Yeah. Well, he doesn't attempt the boost through that section, so it shouldn't matter too much. But it might be a problem possibly in the final corner, and he has underheated slightly.
Yeah, because of taking in the warning.
Yeah.
And you hit warning on your engines, it means you'll blow up for certain if you don't repair.
Yeah, and I think you blow up immediately as well if you boost.
Here we go, 403. That warning cost him.
Yeah, it's not enough.
516.878. Oh.
Yeah, Beleos did a 512.276 was his best time there. And Lightning's time was a 4:06.599.
So yeah, now we're going to be going on to Bunta Classic, which is by far one of the hardest tracks in the entire game.
Yeah, definitely a very challenging track, and one of my personal favorites as well, just for that reason, because it really does feature everything that you need to be a good pod racer.
Yeah, this is, I call the flagship track, since this is the one from the Phantom Menace movie.
Yeah, although the one part I'm not a fan of with this track is the Tuscan Dune turn.
Yeah, it's pretty much the only truly unavoidable hazard in the entire game.
Yeah, very unpleasant section, and with it's pretty random as well.
Yeah, I was just telling, King Beandip just sent a message to Beleos, which I just put in the feed to tell him to do a few things, to do a few tricks to unlock the tracks, since he was on the practice mode tracks.
He wasn't playing with AI though, was he?
No, he's not. Wasn't playing with AI, and it looks like LightningPirate isn't playing with AI either. Or let's see, is LightningPirate shifting to AI? Yes, he is. If that trick worked, and it did. So now he's on to Classic, and see what he does. Is he Racer 1? Okay, we're on.
Yeah, so Beleos has beaten that
Ready?
Snoker at Sunken City.
Yeah. Is both of them are choosing Bullseye Navoir. He's not the fastest for this track, but he's by far the safest and most reliable.
Yeah, there's definitely a few options you can use here with regards to pod choice. Ben is, for the moment, the fastest, the most aggressive pod, but some of the corners are very difficult, and you have to brake, unlike with Bullseye, which you can go through without needing to do that.
And then the middle of the two is Mars Guo, who's not bad on here.
Yeah, I don't believe you can do the shortcut jump with Bullseye, so that's partly the reason that Ben's faster as well. He saves some time there.
Yeah. Oh, Mars can make that jump because of his long boost for him.
Yes, Mars can do it as well, yeah. All right, so our players are nearly ready.
And LightningPirate is using Saboba to take out a few rocks for him. Here goes. Doing.
Yeah, so I was looking at the results from last year. Some pretty close matches. In the Swiss matches, LightningPirate lost 5-3 to Nacho. He won against David and Harold, but then lost to Metallica. And he had a very close match as well with Nectarn, who he ended up equaling with in the outcome. That was in the Swiss round.
Here we go. We've been given the go. Here we go. They're off. Clearly. Okay, clearly does not know the shortcut, Beleos. LightningPirate's taking it.
Yeah, although I believe it is one of the better routes you can use.
Yeah, he took the second fastest path.
Yeah, Bullseye's been a pretty popular pick. Actually, I think the most popular pick so far with after Ben. Yeah, and the best time so far with Bullseye is a 5:14.
It's a 5:12 by Zalaskallard.
Didn't Zalaskallard use Mars Guo? It's down as Mars Guo on the results sheet.
Oh, he used Mars Guo for Abyss. He used Bullseye for Bunta.
Okay, yeah. So that's incorrect. So that will need updating.
Nacho used Mars. Yeah. And there we go. LightningPirate is in the Tuscan Dune turn. This is where you get fires, though. No staying on the edge while doing it. Oh! Barely missed the Sandcrawler.
Yeah, he's on quite decent pace at the moment. I imagine that he will be 45.
That's what you get for staying in that deep pit in the center. The fire just happens more. And Beleos cut fire. Oh, yeah, 145. That is not bad at all with Bullseye.
Yeah, definitely not where you want to be on that section of the track. Very unpleasant. Now, Lightning played the Bunta Classic 3 times last year, and his times were all between 5:28 and 5:35, which would put him between Nacho's time and the 6th Indra.
Yep. Certainly looking a lot faster than that previous one from last year.
Yeah, I mean, obviously these were match results, so it's a little bit different in qualifying. We would expect to see better times, and with a 1:45, he could be looking at a pretty good time here with Bullseye.
Oh, that was a very close call from the fire, and there you just saw a fire next to the Sandcrawler, which can be very painfully annoying.
Yeah, the second lap's probably the most dangerous on this course for that reason, actually.
Goes. Oh, 145.51. Looking on pace for like maybe. Oh! And there goes his pace.
Yeah, a little bit of an unfortunate place to hit a rock there, because you can't boost over that section. Because the pod won't boost if the speed is below, I believe it's 3/4 of the top speed without the boost.
Yeah, one of the tricks that I found though is that sometimes I would approach that turn. Oh, in the warning!
Yeah, this is pretty rough now because of all the damage he's taken.
I was gonna say, one of the things I've noticed from that track is sometimes I want to play it safely and cautiously. Sometimes I would aim deliberately for the rock and then boost it. Oh, LightningPirate crashed and he's restarting.
Yeah, I think that was actually a pretty sound decision, because I think had he lost any more time there, he probably...
Oh! And Beleos now knows the shortcut now.
There's nothing like learning during the match, is there?
Learning during the match, literally.
Holds the boost over that section. Nice.
Taking the middle path, which is a bit slower than the right path.
Oh, I like the middle path. It's nice. It's all pretty wild stuff out of Beleos on
that was pretty wild, definitely.
I don't know what the default time is, unfortunately, for this tracking.
Well, DNF time.
Yeah, I don't have that information, unfortunately.
And catches fire.
That's a pretty bad engine fire as well. He was a bit unlucky there.
Yeah. Sometimes they get healed very quickly, and then sometimes they take forever to heal.
Okay, apparently it's 8 minutes 30 according to Ace, who's just texted in chat.
Certainly not gonna get 8:30.
But this is a good first lap out of Lightning.
144. Really solid for Bullseye.
Very strong for Bullseye. He holds the boost through that section as well.
Caught fire, manages to heal it very quickly. And
Up with that, really.
have a 647.678. That a week of time, and it looked like Bell going for another run. Well, that's interesting. LightningPirate's taking damage on the back of his engine, both of them. And he crashed. There goes his... Ooh. LightningPirate's plowing on. I'm guessing he's going for a bank time.
Well, I suppose that's one way of doing it. Yeah, if you don't, you could just not complete a run.
I was gonna continue completing even with that crash. Holds it all the way. Crashes into a rock. Crashing. Pairing. 148 despite a death.
Yeah, pretty consistent with his pace.
Massive damage to the back end. Go. Final lap. There it goes. To the Kirkun. Now taking damage. Run of the engine. It is just such a brute track. Very smart. He repaired right before the Tuscan Dune turn. And he catches fire. Kills it.
The unavoidable terrorists.
Yep. Yeah, man. Time. Oh, wow. Held it.
Time.
15. Looking like a 517 or 18. Got a 517.92 looks like 5:17.918.
918.
Really solid time for Bullseye. That was with a def. That says something.
Yeah, he's beaten Enfro's time here by quite a few seconds, actually. About 7 seconds. And obviously, with this track being the longest, it's quite important to do well here because you can save a lot of time for the overall standings.
Yeah.
So yeah, good result there.
Yeah. Look at
Metallica's time was a 5:14.7, so he's going to have to find a little bit more on pace if he wants to beat that, I think.
yeah. Velascolar has a 5:12 with Bullseye here.
Yeah, that's very, very strong.
Yeah. No, you set the record for Bullseye on this track recently at 5:07. That was just sheer perfectness.
Still
lucky.
Ben?
Yeah, I'm here. Bullseye. He's 2:16. And oh, crashing on the ramp. That's not good. And oh, that was a massive catastrophic rock run for Lightning. I just watched him plow into free rocks, then blow up.
I'm kind of glad there's only 2 players because I kind of want to watch what's going on with both of them at the same time.
Yeah. Canyon. Go into.
Yeah, Lightning's currently, I believe, on 12 minutes 7 seconds .331.
Ooh, caught fire before Tuscan Doom turn. That is really not a good thing. Classic crash in that track, what Beleos just did.
Yeah,
140.
He's not going to beat his previous time here.
Nope.
He already has a 6:47.
I don't know. Again, he has a time for one more attempt. Going. Dude, just go stick with the Podracer. Oh! Lightning with a crash. A restart. Or is he going to continue? Not on the same pace as previously. Darn.
Yeah, so we've only got 10 minutes left of this qualifying round. So it's now or never.
Yeah, a little surprised why Beleos decided to explore what he unlocked rather than go to boom test. So, but what happens? Oh, and crashes on the jump.
Yeah, he really doesn't like that section. Perhaps this is why he's opting for this this alternate line.
Safer, but a bit slower, like maybe 5 or 10 seconds slower.
Yeah,
Oh!
Down.
That was a massive engine fire LightningPirate took. What he can do.
So we'll see what pace here with the first lap.
Looks like a 145 and 146.3. That's not a bad first lap, but he does on the 2 laps.
Yeah, it's pretty tight between a lot of players, actually.
Yeah, LightningPirate's like playing it really tight between Metallica and Zalaskar at the moment. Not good for Beleos going into the Tuscan Dune turn with that kind of damage on the end. And he crashed from one of the fire. Don't know how many of our runs got totaled by that. Because I remember doing IL runs regardless of upgrades, and catching on fire in that section is what totaled my runs more than any other thing, even more than crashing.
Yeah, repairing is just not really an option without upgrades, so you've really got to be careful. So we're down to 7 minutes now, so Beleos is probably only going to have time for one more full attempt here.
And winning right now, or oh, he's starting. 144.62 for Lightning. Let's see what he can do on the final lap, but he's on a really solid pace at the moment. That was an interesting crash.
Very good chicane section there from Lightning.
Yeah, the chicane section is where you have to slow down with practically every pod but Bullseye. Taking some going into the hardest part of the track with range damage on his right engine.
Yeah, I believe it was one of the most deadly tracks according to the statistics from last year, if memory serves.
Oh, he's repairing right before the Tuscan Dune turn. Really smart. Very safe, very smart move. Oh, I've done that before.
Yeah, I just hope he hasn't lost too much pace.
Yeah.
It was completely
I don't
cold.
think he's lost pace because he has not taken a death. So I think he's still on pace to beat. He's looking really good.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm not sure if he's going to beat his previous time. Either way, it does look.
No, it looks like he's going to break it and shatter it.
Yeah, actually, yes.
And that is a 5:14.3.
Excellent time.
Really excellent time for
Very
Bullseye.
Good. Yeah.
That is... I think that's slightly faster than Metallica. Not quite as fast as Alaskar, but a really solid time in general for both the Classic, particularly Bullseye.
5:14.227.
Very solid time with Bullseye net water.
Just 3.7 seconds faster than his previous time.
Yeah. And Beleos does the classic crash of crashing into the crack at the end.
Yeah, so Lightning's now on a 12:03.64 at this split.
Yeah.
I'm sure Ace will tell me if he agrees with me.
Ooh. The worst part about those fires is when they spawn in the canyon section after that turn. It's just awful.
Yeah,
What
so
he does here.
it seems the only time that Lightning hasn't beaten that was played by Bullseye then is by Zalaskalar, who did a 5:12. But I'm not sure if he's going to be able to match that pace.
Yeah, he was at 147, and he just caught fire. Now he's doing it again. Oh, that's what Crack can do for you. And Beleos would have crashed into the sandcrawler if it weren't for the fact he was still in the invincible respawning mode. Whoa! That crash came out there.
The Bish should be pretty interesting because I think anything can happen on that track. But Beleos is currently on track to beat That's No Good, who played in my qualifying round.
Yeah. Tragically, kind of lived up to his name.
So we're down to the final 20 seconds of restarts on this track.
What he's doing. Ooh. Is... Oh man, that looks like a really solid pace. A 144.98? Okay. We are on the final attempt for both, and they're both on the final lap. See what happens.
No pressure.
Oh, I'm pretty sure the pressure's on both of them.
Another very excellent section there. He's taken a lot of damage. That's a bit unfortunate.
Oh, he's running with his left hinge is on really big damage.
Yeah, I think he's gonna have to repair that.
Yeah. Let's see if he repairs before the Tuscan do turn, because that is by far a place where you should repair if you have to. Does here. Up, he's repairing just before the Tuscan Dune turn. Just as I thought. Here he goes.
But he has 20 seconds to finish his lap here. His final lap.
Yeah, he's on. Oh! Black flagged at the last lap. Oh my god.
Yeah, so I believe those stats will stand.
Definitely will stand. Let's see what happens here. He's going. Beleos is getting a 6:57. Okay. So those times are going to stand.
As we go into the final favorite infamous Abyss.
Oh, Abyss. This is an awful track fully run. It is super awful.
Yeah, although I do know from a little bit of research that I've done that Lightning actually is pretty good this track, and he quite likes to pick it in matches.
Yeah.
He played it 4 times last year, and each time with Ben.
He's going for Ben.
He made times between 2:30 and 2:44. 2:49. So I suspect he will be aiming to do a very decent time here.
Yeah.
I could see him doing something like 2:25 at least.
Yeah.
Which, according to Ace, would put him in 4th place. So this will be interesting.
Okay,
Yeah.
so
5 minutes for this track.
Yeah, Beleos is going with Bullseye, who is the most able to stay on the top of the track. So there are like 3 pods here that are really stand out here. You have Ben Quadnaros, who's most optimal. You have Bullseye Navarre, who's the most able to stay on top. And you have Mars Guo, who's the most able to recover should you fall off the top track.
It's very much a case of pick your poison with this track.
Oh yeah, it really is. And this is the one track where the skip is probably far easier than the full track.
Yeah, falling onto the bottom section loses approximately 15 to 20 seconds, so it's not something you really want to do.
Really hard track. Yep. And LightningPirate's just looking like he's just going for broke.
Yeah, I was going to say he looks pretty aggressive straight from the off.
Oh no.
Yeah, he seems pretty confident with this track.
Got a 49. Yeah. But I know you were actually the one who discovered the skip currently used for this track now.
You'll have to refresh my memory.
That was the skip you found where you can do a lap in like 3 lap in 20 seconds and a lap in under 3 seconds.
Oh yes. So I believe Miles found I should probably explain. Yeah, there's a guy called Miles who played a few years ago as well, and he found the original skip which used the opposite side of the track, which cut across to the section that Beleos is on now, and then you can jump across back onto the track from there. But yeah, it's possible to just use the lap trigger from the bottom ramp.
Yeah. Oh, he's in really solid pace. Let's see what he does here. He's in, that looks like a low 220 at current pace.
Yeah, it looks very good.
Not opting for Oob. And he got 223. That's I think, fourth.
Excellent time.
First attempt, too, which doesn't happen often. Oh, he's in the warning, trying to climb back up. Is he going to throw the towel on the penalty lap? Up. We're starting.
If anyone caught Lightning's exact time, could they let me know and I'll just record that result?
It got recorded as 223.729.
Okay, so he's currently situated ahead of Zalaskalar in 4th place.
Yeah. Only you, Ace, and King Bing Dip are faster.
Because we do still have some players to go, obviously, in the final qualifying, including Nectarn as well. So I imagine he probably wants to push a little bit just to solidify his rank if he can.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think this is probably a track that a lot of players would probably want another 20-30 minutes to play if we had the time, just because it can be very difficult to get 3 laps in that you're happy with.
Not to mention, I feel like it's going to be one of the most banned tracks in last year's tournament, and probably will certainly be the most banned again.
Well, he's coming up for his final lap. I wonder if he'll be a little bit braver this time about the out of bounds section.
Yeah.
He may need to do it actually to beat his previous time.
Oh, he's going to get a 2. Slightly beat it. 223.12. Didn't catch the final digit. There's Beleos on the dreaded penalty lap, which takes 20 to 30 seconds, and crashes too.
Yeah, it was a 2:23.12 for Lightning.
Yeah, that's what I caught. I didn't catch the final digit. So that would be point. That would be rounded up to 0.125. Couldn't see the final digit.
Yes.
Going. Yeah, he is going really aggressive. You can tell LightningPirate's really comfortable on this track, considering how many times other players have crashed on it.
Yeah, very consistent here.
Really consistent. Pretty surprising. And he falls off onto the middle one. This is not quite as bad as a pit loss, but it probably cost you anywhere for like 1 to 2 seconds. It does.
Yeah, I'm hoping that LightningPirate doesn't pick this track against me, to be honest.
Yeah. More consistent than you on it. And I don't say that lightly.
That was very close to falling off there.
Yeah. There it goes. Oh! Flipped on the ramp.
Yeah, that ramp is very mean, unforgiving.
I usually tend to what I tend to do is either tilt or pull up. Sometimes often both.
Yes.
And makes the save. And oh, that was a 419.6 flat. .48, that's faster than his previous first laps. Very
Yes.
hard.
That will seed him better than That's No Good.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, Beleos is at exactly 19 minutes 50 seconds for the total time. He's being very cautious, actually. He definitely doesn't want to fall off this top ramp.
Yeah, that's how I was with this track fully upgrade with Bullseye. I was very low on that top track, just trying to make sure I made it to the top and then just go aggressive after it.
He's doing a pretty good job of getting through that gap because it is very tight.
Okay. LightningPirate has an orange on his engine, but plow through it.
I don't think it was too many issues. I think possibly in this corner here.
Makes it. .223.04, a tenth of a second, and he got .039.
I get the impression he just likes playing this track.
Yeah, just from how very calm and confident he is on it.
We're down to the final 5 minutes now for this qualifying group.
Yep. What you can do. Like another 48. Oh, 49.15. Needs two really fast laps 2 and 3 to hit 222 at this pace. Oh, falling off the track. 47.59.
Yeah, the question is if he can find any more really on this final lap. But he's already done a very good corner there, so he could be on pace to beat his previous time.
Yeah. Gonna be close though. Does.
Beleos looking like he's having a bit of a nightmare through this very difficult section.
Yeah.
Almost fell off. That was very close.
Goes. Up! crashes right at the bitter end.
Yeah, he still has time for another attempt, though.
Still time for one more. Oh, and he just falls off the track again.
See how he does this time on this section.
Oh, he's 48.82. Oh, LightningPirate came so close to falling off the top track there.
Yeah, it was pretty terrifying.
Yeah. It was flat out. That's always terrifying, this track. I think he knows he has to be aggressive now. And here we go. Oh! Beleos got lucky with the respawning, still staying on the top track. Does. Got a
minute now.
Yep, we're on the final attempt by both. But they do. Here we go. Final attempt.
You may as well go for it because it's the last attempt.
Yeah. Let's see what he does for the later parts. It looks like he's being a little more careful. Just gonna gun it at the final end.
And he's got nothing to lose here, so he may as well keep going.
Oh! If he can still recover from that.
I'm amazed he survived that crash into the wall there.
Yeah. And
Go.
red, not gonna make it. That red and falling off that portion cost him. So times do stand, and let us know that out of time to restart. Oofa.
Yeah, so with the final standings, Beleos with 1950, which is a little bit better than That's No Good's 20 minutes 03. And LightningPirate with 1426.67 is placed in fourth for the moment, above Zalaskala.
Yeah.
So a very good qualifying session.
Definitely. Really solid. I was just contacted Beleos to tell that he's out of time to restart. And had a feeling LightningPirate was going to try for the fourth qualifying slot and got it. But we still have only 2 more to go. Okay. This was really interesting, seeing a newcomer and a veteran for once. What a great pleasure to do commentary together with 2 of the incredible legends of this game.
It's been great to commentate with you, Ben. It's really been...
Yeah, this is so much fun. I had a great time. Real great pleasure to do it as 2 veterans. And wow, hard to believe we've been at it for so long. And now, thank you for watching. We have 2 more left. And good luck to y'all. May the force be with you.